Welcome to the CEO PauseCast. I'm Kevin Cashman with Korn Ferry, where we touch the lives of more than 100,000 executives, managers, and professionals every month. This PauseCast is going to be short. It'll be about 5 minutes once a week. So put yourself into it. Know it won't be long. Let yourself be present. Let yourself be touched, maybe by an interesting or inspiring story. And then I'll help you figure out a way to practice it all week. And then we'll do another one. So we are going to pause on purpose together to accelerate your development. And hopefully you'll share it with others and accelerate their development as well. I was very fortunate early in my career to kick off the U.S. Army War College's leadership program. Now, I hesitated for years, for about 2 or 3 years. They couldn't convince me to do it because, frankly, I had avoided the military for all my formative years. But they got my curiosity. They started to tell me things about leadership in the military that corporations really don't practice. And then it really hooked my interest. And it makes sense when we have such high stakes and literally life or death situations, that maybe leadership has to go a bit deeper. Now, I was also fortunate to get invited to speak at West Point a few weeks ago with some dear colleagues who spoke with me and organized the whole thing. And our event was to work with 20 CEOs from the civilian corporate sector and a handful of generals. Now, you can imagine the generals were very curious about the corporate leaders, and the corporate leaders were fascinated by the generals. So we had a very engaging group. And at a dinner, I had a general sitting close to me. And so I couldn't help but ask him a critical question. And the question was, when you are in the heat of battle, which I know he had been for years, when you are in the heat of battle, what's more important, expertise and competencies, or character and courage? Now, he took a long pause, looking directly at me, but really thinking. And he said, well, they're both equally important, and they both need to feed each other to do a mission well. But then he paused again and he said, but, if you give me a choice, I pick character and courage, because without it, we are nothing. Nothing. We don't do anything in our life and our leadership without courage. In fact, leadership is about going beyond with courage and character. So it was not only what he said, but how he said it from deep in his gut. Now, in our work with CEOs, we've seen two types of character that, when they're present in the same person, are extra powerful, and particularly two types of courage. One is being in courage deep in ourselves, meaning when things aren't popular or afraid of saying something, Yet it's really important to the whole group. Do we speak up? Are we in our courage? I-N courage. Now, there's another kind of courage that's N courage, E-N courage, which is about encouraging others, lifting up others, inspiring others, recognizing others so they see themselves and they see their gifts and feel more equipped to go for it, even though it's risky. So I would encourage you, both I-N and E-N, this week to think about this. Be in a meeting and ask yourself, if I was encouraged more, I encourage more, would I really step into this? Or who needs to be encouraged now? Who do I need to appreciate in the meeting, take aside at a break and see them and ask them to step up? See yourself and your behavior in these two types of courage, in you and with others. And as I mentioned in the beginning, share this with other people. Share it with colleagues, share it with friends, maybe share it with loved ones. Give them the opportunity to be co-learning as you learn, and spread the word about how we can pause on purpose to accelerate our growth and the growth of others. See you next week.